Hey folks, Dolph Van Dale here, and I went to a sidewalk sale at the Great Escape. They had CDs and records for 50 cents a piece, and yeah, I've got a good stack of both. I think I'm going to split this into two videos. We'll do the CDs this video and do the records in the next. It's going to be a genre jumping adventure because man, I even found some rock, and I don't typically find rock in these type of sales. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's get started with the CDs. First of all, when I'm doing a thrift sale, one thing that I'm a sucker for is just the oddball stuff. When you can throw a weird cover at me, or something that looks unusual, it gets my attention. First up, we've got this little sampler called Sounds of Horror. And it just, yeah, it's each track is a different sound effect. Like creaking door swings back and forth, demonic laughter, creaking door closes, footsteps, wolves baying, that type of stuff. Yeah. And it says also included as a bonus, electronic printable Halloween activity book featuring decorations, masks, connect the dots, mazes, and word puzzles. To print, insert the CD into a computer, click the Halloween activity book icon, and print. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll throw this in and just see what it brings up. The next album got my attention because it's dudes in shorts and cowboy boots. So, and then look at this back. Yeah. So that got my attention. It's Chuck Wagon and the Wheels Off the Top Rope. So, yeah, they're wearing championship belts, and I don't know what's going on there, but I intend to find out. Yeah, just type of bizarre thing that I dig. Picked up Jerry Clower's Greatest Hits. Used to go over to my buddy Tim Rose's house, and he loved Jerry Clower. We listened to records of him doing his comedy. Brings back good times. And now a little world music. I don't usually show a lot on here of world music, but it's Ragas by Ravi Shankar and Ali Akbar Khan. Got my attention just because, you know, I have heard of Ravi Shankar. He's Norah Jones' father. So, you know, and he's a big name. So if you're going to explore that kind of stuff, why not start with somebody like Ravi Shankar? Also picked up some classical music, another genre I don't show a lot of on here, but I'm trying to learn. Found a couple CDs by Andreas Segovia. Tend to like these 20th century masters. They seem to be really good quality. Also picked up the legendary Andreas Segovia. Yeah. And this looks, well, maybe a little bit more generic. But it is MCA Classics, so how generic can it be? How about a little jazz? We got some dynamic duos. It's a compilation. And some of the combos on here are like Billie Holiday with Stan Getz, Count Basie with Jimmy Rushing, Ella Fitzgerald with Chick Webb, Charlie Parker with Woody Herman, Dizzy Gillespie with Charlie Parker, Sarah Vaughan with Dizzy Gillespie, Louis Armstrong with Fat Swaller, Billie Holiday with Duke Ellington, Lionel Hampton with Diana Washington, Artie Shaw with Mel Torme and the Meltones, Don Byas with Errol Garner. So I think that's going to be a good one. I have no idea. I assume this is going to be maybe a female crooner type album. I don't know. Marilyn Monroe. This what is this called? Songs from the movies. So Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friends on here. Don't know. I don't know how good of a singer she was. Not going to pass that up. Then, of course, Julie London. Great singer. First saw her on the TV show Emergency, where she played a nurse. This is Yummy, Yummy, Yummy on EMI. And found this one, Lonely Girl. And I don't see 1996 by Promo Sound. A little jazz fusion for you with the Rippingtons. This is Black Diamond. This was 1997. Windham Hill Jazz. Next up is a vocal group combo. It's the Heartbeats and Shep and the Limelights. For collectors only, I have no idea which group that is on the front. It does seem like more of this collection is the Heartbeats. It did come in a Fat Boy. Also got a blues album, Where Blue Begins, Deborah Coleman. Looks like an earlier CD of hers. Now we'll start in on country, and I didn't even realize it when I picked it up. This isn't a real CD. Crystal Gale, My Best Of. Somebody's put a comp together, and this cover is just some pictures of Crystal Gale cut out of something. It does say the best of Crystal Gale. I don't know. Maybe they put it all together on a computer. This isn't real, though. Rosie Flores. I'm wanting to say that that I first heard Rosie. Better picture of her on the back. What were they thinking with that blurry cover on the front? But I think I wanting to say that I first heard of her when I believe she was singing backup for Radney Foster, Texas singer, songwriter, probably leans in the country. He had the big hit Everyday Angel. So pick that up. Got Jesse Coulter. Looks like a comp. Yeah, Jesse Coulter collection. Love her stuff. Got some Randy Travis. This is Me. And found Conway Twitty. House on Old Lonesome Road. So, some country, just the old stuff, just the way I like it. Now, one artist that I found 3 of his CDs, and I've never really picked his stuff up before, but when Russ Taff went out and toured in support of his country album, he went out with this gentleman, Joe Diffie, who we lost to COVID back in 2020. I believe this is his first album, Honky Tonk Attitude. I also found Regular Joe, which I believe is his second album, and then a little later in his discography, A Night to Remember. From what I've read, I think his most popular album is called Third Rock from the Sun, but I could be wrong. I'm hardly a Joe Diffie expert. But I listened to Regular Joe and really enjoyed it. And it's probably a little too country for CMT these days. That's how I like my country. I like it to actually sound like country music, not just pop songs about driving in a pickup truck, girlfriend wearing Daisy Dukes and drinking beer and whatever. Look how country I am. I don't remember too many good country artists having to tell you how country they were. Anyway, some Christian albums or CDs that I found. This is Nazareth and Sacred Song, the musical heritage of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth. And it's from 1994, but the reason I picked it up, I expect this to be choral music, but there's a whole blurb on the back about Kentucky. And so I expect it to be a regional recording. That was kind of my interest in it. Got a band here called the Channel Surfers, a 90s Christian rock band, I believe. They're on Organic Records, which the heavy metal band Bride was on for a while, I believe. And it's also produced by Tim Bushong, who is in the Grave Robbers and has done his own stuff. Great guitarist. This is probably a little different. We'll give it a whirl. I've heard of this band, but again, it's 90s Christian rock, which is, I just wasn't big into 90s music, but 50 cents, I'll give it a shot. Hawk Nelson. Hawk Nelson is my friend. This is just straight up Southern Gospel. The Isaacs. Our Style. I played this already and enjoyed it. Now here comes a little bit of rock for you. Now, one 90s band that I do listen to sometimes, Blues Traveler. And this is Bridge. Also, I've heard this band talked about in the vinyl community, and I found their stuff. Golden Earring, this is a comp called The Continuing Story of Radar Love. And so I've spun it once, and I like it all right. Golden Earring. Also found Blood Rock 2. Another band that I've heard of a lot, but not really got much of their stuff. I do have one album of theirs that I picked up because Warren Ham, who has sang with Kerry Livgren on a lot of AD projects, sang on that particular Blood Rock album, even though it's not one of their more popular ones. But I picked this up. I'm just surprised finding something like this in one of their 50-cent sidewalk sales. And we'll finish the CDs with one last one, but I bought this inside. It did cost me like don't know, $2 or $3, but it is Rodrigo and Gabriella. They are a guitar duo. Here they are on the back. And I've known about them for some time and just haven't picked up any of their stuff, but yeah, I couldn't resist. This, I have spun it. It's a good album. It is a 2-disc set. One's a DVD. I haven't watched it yet. But Rodrigo and Gabriella. And those are the CDs I picked up, and I'll be back with the vinyl. And until then, have a great week. Peace.